Okay, time now to go to the money desk. Devan Murugan standing by. Good afternoon, Devan. So I see mobile companies are scrambling to deal with the ongoing disruptions because their networks as well are suffering from the ongoing power cuts by Eskom. But there are many, many frustrated customers out there.
Yeah, and that's the thing they have to deal with. I mean, we've seen it since the intense upgrading of these power cuts over the weekend, and it's had a domino effect on the economy right through, of course, the mobile operations as one of them. So it's precisely what is happening at the moment. South African mobile operators are working around the clock to ensure connectivity remains stable amid the massive power blackouts. Now, those mobile companies are forking out billions of rands to mitigate the chaos caused by these power cuts. I want to bring in MTN Chief Executive Officer Charles Molapsisi to talk to me. Charles, thanks very much indeed for making the time to chat to us this afternoon. I mean, it's not a great time at the moment because on the one hand, you have some very irate customers complaining about dropped calls and network disruptions in certain areas. And on the other hand, it's you guys trying to mitigate the damage caused by these Eskom power cuts. It can't be very easy at the moment.
Yeah, look, I mean, Devan, first of all, thank you so much for having me. This is a very difficult and challenging period. I think I will say for us, not just as mobile operators, but I think for us as a country. I think what we are faced with is really unprecedented in terms of the South African context from an MNO perspective. But what I would like to say is that it is opportunities and times like this where we have to show proper leadership, be steady in our approach, be resilient, and provide guidance on how to be able to navigate this very challenging period. So now you did mention that, of course, the priority is the customers. But you must understand that the kind of infrastructure that you provide, it is actually critical infrastructure. So the ability for businesses to provide services, customers to make calls, it really affects the general functioning of many businesses, across the length and breadth of our country. So major challenge, balancing the team, making sure that the team that is hard at work 24/7, that we execute to try and save the day. I will like to give the confidence to the MTN customers that the issue is being well managed under the circumstances. Yes. Give them the comfort that we are working very hard to deploy batteries in areas where we believe that we need to deploy gensets. We're continuing that aggressive program to do so. And we've just not started to do that now. This is the program that we've been doing, let's say since then, towards, I think, Q3 last year. And we'll continue on this thing. And eventually we believe that we'll provide a better and a similar service under the circumstances.
Yeah, I want to talk about that in a moment, but just take us through, Charles, what is happening at these towers that are affected by the power cuts. I mean, as I understand it, you have these batteries there, but there isn't enough time to charge because we have one power cut after the other. Just take us through what happens at these towers during a power cut.
Yeah, very, very good point, Devan. Remember, these power cuts comes in stages. So whether it's a Stage 2, so the period of when you don't have Eskom on the tower, is stage-based. And you have what we call the battery autonomy, so the ability of the battery to be able to retain the charge and to be able to function outside power. So the longer period we have in terms of load shedding, this is now when we're dealing with Stage 4, Stage 6, that you are now not allowing enough times for the batteries that you have deployed, which function very well, but now you're not allowing enough time because of the frequency of the cuts. The batteries don't have enough time to recharge. So even when power returns and then it's taken up in the next few hours, then you're going to struggle because you have not resourced the batteries enough. I mean, I think many South Africans will identify with these things in their own homes today, that those who have deployed solar solutions and battery solutions in their homes know very well that, when we get to Stage 4, the sustainability of the batteries to be able to provide capacity start to diminish. Yeah. And this is what we're faced with. Under Stage 2, Stage 4, generally, we're able to keep the networks going and provide the required level of availability. So, but stage 6 is quite challenging, just simply because of the land.